All right.
Oh, I'm doing
Would
the
you
intro
like
now?
to?
Okay. What's up, guys? Welcome to a brand new episode of Mats and Marks. We are on a new time slot on a new day. Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock p.m. We have officially joined the Wednesday Night Wars.
Ooh, I like that.
I am your host and your owner of operation and runner of operations here at Gold Coast Federation, LLC, to be specific, RJ Wallace.
I am your reigning defending GCF commissioner, Joseph Saint. Welcome. For what some of us just joining in, we are the representatives to the GCF, Gold Coast Federation. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching for the...
Some of you have just seen us on Sunday. Thanks for joining back in. So usually we start by This Week in Wrestling, talking some stuff, but we already kind of got into that on Sunday. So we'll kind of glance over some stuff. The draft finished on Raw.
Did it?
And that's about all I can say about that.
It's like, did that?
What I will say is the draft happened on Raw and SmackDown and is supposed to keep all stars on each brand separate. However, they then announced that Bray Wyatt will challenge Seth Rollins again.
At Crown Jewel.
Which means you already have a Raw versus SmackDown match.
And also, it was leaked, spoiler alert, that Bray Wyatt will get another shot at the Universal Championship after Crown Jewel in a steel cage match on Raw.
Oh.
So either he's getting traded to Raw or
Well, and then you saw whatever the new WWE show was after. Where Triple H
WWE
announced-
Backstage.
Well, yes, where Alexa and
Alexa Nikki Cross got traded to SmackDown, right?
Yes. After they were each drafted separately on Raw.
They were drafted
instead of
separately.
together, wasting 2 picks, and then traded back or over to SmackDown.
So
but
what-
they didn't
what
say what
deal
it was
was made
for.
to-
That's the
okay.
point.
Well, no, he said they got traded to SmackDown. They Raw got 2 draft picks.
But they didn't announce who yet.
No, they didn't announce who yet. But I think I read something where they drafted the rest of the free agents somewhere.
Yeah, there was a list out, except I still think Matt Hardy wasn't listed anywhere. Jeff Hardy isn't listed anywhere. Drew McIntyre isn't listed anywhere.
That would be some crazy shit if Jeff Hardy got
The
drafted somewhere.
Usos and Naomi are also not.
They don't have apparently. Well,
They have no plans.
Yeah, I was reading about the Usos. They have no plans for their return yet.
I mean, you can only get arrested so many times. Then again, Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy. They should be a new stable.
There you go. Yeah.
Jeff Hardy and
Matt
the
could just
Usos.
be shaking his head at all of them as they walk
Matt
by.
could just like judge them. Just like, wow, I'm so perfect, but you guys get all the championships.
That was about it for WWE, other than what we already talked on, except Bruce Pritchard got
My man
Eric
Bruce.
Bischoff's job that he really never filled to begin with.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Apparently, Vince fired Eric Bischoff because of low ratings on SmackDown.
The rumor is because dropping by 1 million from the first week to the second week on Fox. I don't honestly think he put the blame on Bischoff. I think Bischoff proved how I don't even know the word I'm looking for.
I think Bischoff
He's
proved
not
how much he didn't
in
want
on the
that
times
job.
anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't know what he was doing anymore, and he even admitted it. He every week would sit there and say like, "Well, I'm still learning. I'm still learning." Like, well, you were hired because they didn't want you to learn. They thought you could
Yeah, it was
hop
like-
back in, which it has been 2 decades since.
But I
you've
was
been
like,
in
what do you
charge of
need to learn?
something.
You've been
Well, he
a
didn't
part
even
of the
know
wrestling business for the
modern
last 20
talent
years.
was the running joke. Is he didn't know who anyone was. So he didn't know what to do with anyone. Even though, honestly, I kind of was more intrigued by that. Knowing that he didn't know any of the wrestlers, I would have thrown him in and been like, make a show.
he
Go.
hangs out with Conrad Thompson every day and doesn't know who the new talent is.
No. I mean,
That sounds ridiculous.
Vince probably doesn't know who any of his talent is other than Roman.
That's normal. That's Vince. Like that's just him being a senile old man. But like, come on, Bischoff. Like
But,
you're on Twitter every day.
And honestly, my reaction, good for Bruce Pritchard. He's like the good version of Jim Cornette.
Bruce Pritchard
in the
just
sense that,
Bruce
one-
Pritchard just keeps fucking Eric Bischoff. Like every chance he gets, just keeps fucking Eric Bischoff. That's
Brother Love
that's
knows
crazy.
what he's doing. Hearing him talk doesn't make me want to throw up the way that Cornette does.
That's fair.
Because he's actually able to go and brag about the past, which you should. Brag about everything that you did. But then he doesn't sit there and crap all over the current product. And
No, he doesn't.
that's where I lose it with Cornette.
Yeah,
You can't watch modern wrestling without saying like how better it was in the heyday when it wasn't. It really wasn't.
Pritchard's very critical of the product, but he knows that the business is evolving because he's around it all day, and
No.
he's Triple H's right hand man in NXT. So like he knows, things are changing, but it's for the better of the industry.
Absolutely. And just to prove that I don't just hate old wrestling, which I don't. I grew up on it. I love it. NWA Power, Episode 2, continued to impress me. It's a very modern take on an old school classic wrestling vibe. I enjoy it. I think they're doing it right.
Yeah.
Other than the announcer. This week we saw Aaron Stevens come back, who was Damian Sandow.
My man.
We saw Mr. Anderson team with Colt Cabana. That was
great.
good stuff. I'm impressed, and I continue to want to see where NWA is going.
Yeah,
it still has the feel, unfortunately, of, for lack of a better term, the scraps left after what WWE and All Elite left of talent.
and that's just the unfortunate thing of when two big companies come together. I mean,
No, and I mean when you got guys like you do have Nick Aldis, you do have James Storm, like I just said, Mr. Anderson,
who should be in NXT?
James Storm. Yeah, well, he had his shot.
Yeah.
If you listen to him, he says he's welcome back anytime. I don't know about that now, but it would have been nice to see Beer Money reunion at some point.
Yeah, but we got beer. No, we got Ziggler money.
Well, now they dropped the belt, so I thought they were going to get
They did?
on Raw.
Oh, I didn't watch
The
Raw.
Viking Raiders are the new champions.
Oh, shit.
Lance Winters asked, "Is that Saint or DJ SoCal?"
Saint or DJ
Shout out
SoCal,
my man
Lance?
Winters. Ooh.
Ooh.
Damn. Shout out my man DJ SoCal.
Wow. Okay, first of
Hey,
all,
that's a question for you, man. That's fucked up.
how many wars are you trying to start, Lance? Come on, man.
Hey, I think Vintage Dragon's downstairs. Hey, Vintage. No? Is he here? No?
So, obviously, you didn't watch This Week in Wrestling if you didn't know Viking Raiders.
I might have been asleep or, doing anything better or waiting for Fortnite to come back on. I don't know.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
All right, well, that was kind of what the update was on This Week in Wrestling. I won't do NXT spoilers. I won't do AEW. I will say, watch AEW tonight. The main event is killer. Some people are just now starting to watch it.
The whole card was good.
Absolutely. They're
I
off to a good start,
I
too.
guess we can't give anything away.
No, I mean, well, you already know the main event if you watched last week's episode.
Yeah.
But Darby Allin continues to impress.
Does guest commentate on a match on live television. And
See, there you go. I'd rather get compared to Taz than get...
see, it's my two favorite things in wrestling have Taz and Jim Cornette on it. And I don't know how to feel.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to take the bad with the good. It's like a woman. Gotta take the bad with the good.
All right, that was This Week in the grand scheme of things. Let's get back into GCF here, guys. We showed you a match on Sunday that was a six-man tag. Well, it didn't even start as a six-man tag. Started out as
It's a singles match.
Singles, Hyde versus Hellmuth. That ended in DQ because of interference from Divine Intervention. The owner came down, luckily, and he saw fit to make it a six-man tag of DI taking on Hyde, BA, and Azrael.
Yep.
Good for you,
The team
smart
of Thunder-
move. And by the end of that, it looked like Azrael finally made his decision, and he's sticking with his tag partner, BA.
I mean, once you go black, you don't go back, man.
They're a good team. They're impressive. I'm finally happy to see Azrael making the right decision.
This is good stuff. A praying mantis?
Rain.
Well,
Ready for Vintage Dragon now.
if you knew anything about like the Fighting Lotus stance, I'd give Lance Winters some credit.
No.
I don't think he does.
Robert, we got to get you a mic and just have you.
Yes. it's like, oh man, that's
So yes, we had DI finally defeated at the hands of Hyde and on the OCCW Tag Team Champions,
Thunder and
BA
Lightning.
Thunder and Lightning, BA, Marcus Frey, and Azrael. At the end, DI still tried to jump them, and finally Azrael made the smart decision, took Helmuth's kendo stick, and attacked all the members of DI.
I mean, it took a while to get Hellmuth down, but he got him down.
Yeah.
And, we all rejoiced at the
Well,
end.
and this
It was
is my
great.
issue. DI, you're so damn impressive. Why do you need to keep this mentality of attacking? You attack as one, you kill as one, your family. Well, you're impressive on your own, but you can't ever win the match on your own. So
Yeah,
where does that leave you guys?
I mean, but they still have the grand prize. Chris Cadillac is still the champion.
Well, my question to them, in all of that, where was Cadillac? There was one member missing, it seemed like, from DI in that whole beatdown. Cadillac wasn't around, and his little boy Rossi wasn't around.
He must have still been on his way.
Because they interrupted our show after that.
Yeah, after that.
But DI's family, I don't know, guys. Didn't look like Cadillac cared too much. Maybe he's not part of that
sometimes family shows up late. I mean, I know I show up late to all my family functions because I don't want to be there. But, it just be like that.
Yeah, well.
I mean,
I'm
no
still
disrespect
tired.
to my family, but,
I'm still saying, DI, I'm not done with you yet. BA's certainly not done with you yet, especially now that he's got his tag partner back. Bring it.
I mean, he's already put the bootstraps to Chris Cadillac himself. I mean, we might need that rematch for that SoCal title soon. I'm down to sign
Not
off
a bad
on that.
idea.
I mean, if anyone else can't beat him, why not? Why not the corporation? Can we say that?
I mean,
Can we get sued for that?
not a team, it's your corporate. So, it is
Okay,
what it is.
Okay, I was just making sure.
On this card, we also had Toxic Trent, a fan favorite, take on the debuting Snipes, who's been making a name for himself.
Toxic Trent got that W.
Toxic Trent got his first victory in the GCF.
Proud of
And
the
this is
guy.
not to say that he shouldn't have had a victory by now. Anyway, he has fought some hard matches here. Came up short a couple times, but I would not say he was ever a loser. And this was his first major win, and he's far from over. So
He almost
we're
won a
looking forward
UEW
to-
championship
The,
on one of our shows against Max X.
He was, yeah. That was
Almost.
for the UEW TV title.
The UEW TV title. That was where we unveiled the pinatas.
We might have to get you that footage.
yeah,
That was
yeah.
a pretty good match.
It's the first UV pinata sighting where we saw really how disgusting kids are.
Well, I've said many a times, that's not for us to tell them not to grab the candy just because it's bloody. Maybe that's on their parents. You see a pinata explode, that's up to the kids and the kids'
Some
parents.
questionable parenting going on at our GCF shows, I'll tell you that. But
Oh, Trent, what you got to say there? If I didn't get hit in the face with a damn pinata, I would have taken that title home.
you goddamn right, Trent.
More than the pinata, you would have gash across your back from what I remember.
Yeah, that thing wasn't gimmicked. Sorry about that.
Well, hey,
I mean,
boys know how to fight here, all right?
I mean,
Trent, huge win for you. Looking forward to seeing you real soon.
I mean,
I know that you got some unfinished business with Phoenix Kid still. I know that Phoenix Kid's constantly commenting our page and asking about you. So that's something I'm looking
Is
forward
he like
to.
back from Mexico yet? Black people don't survive when they go to Mexico.
Last
by
I saw,
themselves.
he just had another killer death match in, I think, Texas.
Oh, damn, Mexico and Texas, huh?
Mexico,
Two places black
Texas.
people shouldn't be out after 6 p.m. and he's just over here just having death matches and shit. See, this nigga trying to die, ain't he? Oh,
You gotta watch.
I forgot. It's Wednesday.
I
Right.
get it, owner. I get it, but you
Wednesday.
gotta watch your language.
Wednesday prime time. My bad. Yeah, Phoenix Kid, you gotta be careful, man. I mean, you don't better have like security or something, or like a gun.
I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I won't make it official quite yet because we don't have a date to tell you yet. You already know that our next main event will be a triple threat. We'll get into that in a minute here. But just as soon as you two are available, I am willing to pull the trigger on Toxic Trent versus Phoenix Kid. And I think the fans will get the most out of that, too.
Yeah,
The last time you guys battled, you continued fighting even after the match was over.
yeah, all the way.
That
up
was
here.
impressive.
You know how expensive it was to fix that hole in John DeLo's wall.
That was a match that Phoenix Kid jumped off the roof.
Yeah, that was a night. Man, Phoenix Kid is crazy. You sure you want to do this, Toxic Trent? No, I'm thinking about it. I mean, you got like a bright future ahead of you. I heard you're like getting married soon or something. You think you want to get in the ring with Phoenix Kid? I mean, dude's a loose cannon. Like,
Stars of the UV division, my division. They're impressing.
Vision's gonna get innocent, good-looking young men like Toxic Trent killed.
Hey, go back and look at Tommy Dreamer's career. He started off as a
Tommy Dreamer
good-looking
is
kid.
not a good-looking kid or a good-looking man. Look what ECW did to him. Look,
Yeah, made him a legend.
not in a good way.
The UV division is looking for that. It's looking for taking a nice kid and turning him into a grizzled veteran. That's what it's all about. That's what I created this division for. I'm a weird guy. Apparently, I just like things like that.
Yeah, I was like, man, poor.
Wasn't
Toxic
enough to
Shred.
see an ironing board getting lawn darted into something.
Oh man, or what else was used in that match? A briefcase.
Yeah, I lost
I don't know what was
the
in that
crowning of the
briefcase.
UV. And I don't even think we can. I would love to bring you that footage. I don't know in good conscience if we should air that footage on this show or wait until we have an entire show to sell to people. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But the UV division is on the rise, guys, and thanks to people like Phoenix Kid and Toxic Trent, obviously the reigning champion Tony Reyes is made it his own division. He with a victory over Sin Bodhi at our last show.
Barely.
Barely. Did you see him just barely dodge a falling object from the roof? I still don't even know what that was.
What's wrong with these people, man?
Ugh, Sin
Circus
Bodhi.
clown. Oh, man. Oh, that was weird. That was a weird night.
It was a fun night. I was right around Halloween time. I'm very glad, and I look forward to having him again in the future. But just, I don't know if I want him near me that close. Simbody creeped me out.
No.
He sat on a woman's lap in the audience. I think we've got a lawsuit on our hands.
Yeah, I don't think that lady's gonna ever come to a show again. She seemed very distraught. I'm sorry, ma'am. We'll send you like a gift.
Thank God the investors handle the legal.
Yeah. We got her information, so we'll send you.
Just
something,
go find
ma'am.
Declan somewhere. I'm sure he'll handle that.
Yeah, we're so sorry about that. And the kind gentleman that was with her,
It happens when you come to a GCF show. We are modern, family friendly. That's all I say. That gets us away from having to be kid friendly. We're loose with the rules. Sometimes the clown's going to sit on your lap.
Yeah,
I don't know.
The old people hate us. The kids are gonna get sick from eating the bloody candy. It's just a beautiful, beautiful thing we got going here.
That's what we are at GCF. There's a little bit of something for everyone, but not for everyone.
Not for everyone. Nah. Nope. Oh man.
What else we got here?
Poor lady.
I want to go over a lot of guys here that we haven't really given focus to a lot of people. And I will say this: we said the 6-man tag, but the unsung hero in that match was Hyde, a relative rookie. And I don't like using that term rookie for him because he has been so damn impressive. Pretty sure this is his rookie year. If not, it's just around maybe 2. But that match was incredible. You have throwbacks to, and I think some people are going to think I'm insulting. I'm not. Throwbacks to Edge in the Brood in the best way possible. So cool.
I mean, Edge and the Brood got a pretty good push in the beginning. He became King of the Ring shortly after that. So I mean,
Hell of a spear. Hell of a spear
he's
from
got a
Hyde.
good spear. He's got good hair. He's got good gear. He's got fans here. I mean,
And it's easy to see why. Impressive. I look forward to what the future holds from him.
next thing you know, he's gonna be wanting fog machines for his entrances and all that. I don't think we're gonna.
Brood theme, still one of the best. That should be a question. When you ask me a question, the top themes in the business, the Brood is definitely up there.
Yeah. Triple H's theme, his first theme, his first theme was like Triple H,
the Yo Jimmy hit me with it.
Yeah.
And then now Bray Wyatt's current theme.
Yes.
Hurt
and the New Day theme. It's my ringtone.
You love the New Day theme.
Yes.
You want to throw the Nation too while you're at it?
No, I didn't like. I like the Rock's Nation theme.
I don't know.
Yeah. I like John Cena's theme, of course, because it's. Yeah, No, actually, I like the Doctor of Thugonomics theme better.
The Doctor of Thugonomics. No.
Yes. The Dudley's theme.
The classic Dudleys?
Yes.
I kind of liked when it was Power Man. Drop the bombshell. That was pretty good. But, yeah, we're getting off topic here again. Ooh, we got some comments in here. Kool-Aid Kid and Crusher think our card's cool. Well, there we go. As long as we have your kids' respect, let them spread the word.
Candy, yeah.
It may not be for every kid, but if they love it, there's others that are going to love it too.
One of those kids popped Cadillac right in the chest one time.
This is true.
was
I
great.
think it was Connor.
Was
Just
it?
full on?
Yeah, just
I think that's where I got my lessons from when I came down on Cadillac.
the kid taught you how to fight.
Yeah.
Let's not admit that on live television.
Wency says Hyde reminds him of Nakamura and Tama Tonga as far as fluidity in the ring.
Yes.
High praise. Very high praise.
Yeah.
Seidel says New Jack's theme.
Oh, Seidel.
New Jack's theme that would play over and over, which in its heyday was impressive, but now on the network, when they have to replace it with generic music, is the most infuriating
Generic
thing to
gangster
watch
music.
for a 12-minute match of just hearing this generic rap.
But it gets stuck in your head, I'll tell you that. That was funny.
Yep.
New Jack.
Kurt Angle's song is inspiring. As long as they're not screaming "you suck" with it.
Oh, Hogan's theme.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah. You haven't lived until you've heard someone sing Hulk Hogan's theme at karaoke.
Yes.
It's one of those moments you have to see in your lifetime.
Yeah, like Real American and then the Jimi Hendrix one.
Oh, well, Voodoo Child.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Four Horsemen theme? We're getting real off topic, but I like this.
Chris Benoit's theme.
I agree. However, looking back at some of the lyrics to that, I don't want to get in. Just go take a listen. It's kind of haunting now. But let me ask you, of the guys that we've kind of listed for our talent, who's someone that you feel we haven't given enough credit to, of start to finish a year ago till now? Is there a guy that you would love? I mean, we've had tons of great talent. Who's someone that we haven't necessarily gotten back yet that you want to see?
That we haven't brought back yet?
No.
It's a tie for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say Mariachi Loco and like Richie Slade.
Two very impressive
Two
guys.
very impressive
Actually,
guys.
yeah. Mariachi Loco, not to take anything away from Richie, I want to see both of you back, but absolutely, Mariachi Loco, I would love to have take on SoCal Crazy. I know they've taken each other on several times, other promotions, but yet to have that at GCF, I think that's something we would love to book.
And Mariachi Loco's a pretty cool guy. Like, you know, the last Guy Cool party that I got invited to, he was there. And, you know, there was like a little taco little
covering
bar
his
thing.
face the entire time. Yeah.
Kinda.
Oh.
He kind of reminds me of who's the singer in the movie Coco? Ernesto, whatever. Yeah, Ernesto de la Cruz.
Ernesto de la Cruz.
The guy was supposed to be
so like not him as a villain, but like just he looks
just like him,
Okay.
just as a person with the mask on. Just stood there, just all white, you know, just glorious as ever. And I was almost scared to talk to him. I was like, man, like, look at this guy. He's just regal.
I won't shy away, Quincy. He asked Shiloh with a question mark. Shiloh wrestled on our very first show. He had a hell of a match with Max X, I believe, on that one. That was all the way back in August of last 2 years, almost. Yeah,
almost. Yeah, it's almost 2020. I mean,
good as gold.
Shout out to my guy Shiloh. You know,
he's making his return to UEW soon.
He's got a title match.
He cost Guy Cool his title in UEW.
He's got a title match this Sunday at UEW. This Saturday at UEW.
Saturday?
Yeah, the 19th.
Plug it.
Yeah.
Is that
UEW?
Hellbound? No.
Hellbound, yes.
Correct us if we're wrong, but I believe it's Hellbound.
Yeah, somebody tag Danielle and ask her what the name of her show is. Yeah, so triple threat match. It's Red Bat versus Guy Cool versus Shiloh Greaves. Triple threat ladder match. UEW ITV Championship. I mean,
I've obviously got a soft spot for the coolest man in wrestling, Guy Cool.
Oh yeah,
win that title.
Listen, hey,
bring it on over here.
Answer my DMs, bro. Like I'm trying to get into these parties again, man. But yeah, I mean, I like the guy. Shiloh Greaves is, you know, always been cool to me.
Right.
You know, love to have him back one of these days. You know, it seems like the dust is settled on that little scandal he was in. He's been you know, going around, you know, UEW, making a name for himself. You know, got himself a title match. So, you know, if he ever wants to crash a GCF show, I mean, we got some pretty good security, so it's probably not gonna happen. But I mean, you know, just, you know, hit us up. You know?
I've said many a time, as long as we're talking UEW, I would love to book Homeless Jimmy versus Tony Reyes in the UV division.
And what's up with you? These just
I created a UV division. You think I'm not going to do callbacks to
bringing all
XPW?
these dangerous ass people in here.
It's UV division. I'm born and raised local. I grew up on XPW. If you're asking me what guys I'm going to book into the division I created,
Trust me.
it's going to have a lot of callbacks to XPW.
I love the deathmatch wrestling, but you know, all this extra money we throw at John DeLoe after every show because we got to pay for like holes in something, or like holes in people, or like blood on the floor that Luther doesn't want to clean up.
I don't pay
clean
for
up
any of the
after.
injuries. I'm just saying that's what they sign up for. And
I know,
you know,
but-
you get them
but
to sign the
Jesus.
contract. They go and have the match. There you go.
I mean, it's entertaining. Don't get me wrong.
Congo Crush versus Tony.
I've seen
That'd be
Congo
something.
Crush. I don't know
Oh,
about
yeah.
that.
I thought that said Candy Girl versus Tony for a minute. Candy Girl versus Katana.
It's like,
Was
okay,
very good.
Candy Girl versus Tony. That'll be good. Oh, Katana Vera. Shout out to Katana Vera.
Shiloh threw me into a damn brick wall and cost me a match with Snipes. I'm down to kick his ass at GCF after I kick his ass at Blacklist in Fresno. There we go.
It's Toxic Trent calling out Shiloh Greaves.
Well, looks like they're already going to have a match at Blacklist Wrestling in Fresno.
Okay.
What's the dates to that, Trent?
Dirty Ron versus Tony Reyes.
That would be something. I would actually...
Is Dirty Ron... Dirty Ron's the Ronald McDonald guy.
Yeah.
Right.
He's quite
All these clowns.
UV.
All these clowns. We don't need clowns here.
Yeah, RJ got his fix for clowns. He
We're
already
good.
was a little scared.
I'm chilling.
November 10th, Toxic Trent will take on Shiloh. November 10th. All right.
Okay.
Blacklist Pro.
Where's Blacklist
Check that out,
Pro
guys.
Wrestling?
Ask.
Where's Blacklist Pro Wrestling, Toxic Trent?
Danielle's also watching if you want to ask her to play.
Danielle is watching. Hey, Danielle. How you doing, sweetheart?
Give us info on UEW's next show, or the
Yes.
name of it. It's this Saturday. I said it
In
was...
Long Beach. Is it Hellbound?
I could be wrong on that. I said Hellbound, but I feel like I might be wrong on that. Let us know if we're saying that
It's
correctly.
like Hellmyth.
Fresno.
What's in Fresno? Oh.
I might...
You want to take a trip to Fresno?
maybe. Not bad. Trent, we might have to take a trip out there. See you.
Fresno. Okay.
Sweet Robin Shaw versus Tony. You know what? On the list of guys that I haven't gotten to book yet, I will say I'm pretty impressed with Sweet Robin Shaw. I don't know if I'd put him in the UV division, to be honest.
I don't know, man.
I mean, when I see that, I think maybe against Guy Cool.
Sweet Robin Shaw versus Guy Cool?
Yeah.
Dang, we are just not giving Guy Cool any type of easy road to this thing, are we?
You'll have little faith in Guy Cool.
I mean, I have all faith in
But
one
as
Guy
long as
Cool.
we're on the topic of Guy Cool, came across a hashtag that's started since our last show. It is hashtag Justice for Guy Cool. This started because, let's be real, I interfered. I attacked Cadillac in a match that he shouldn't have been in. We booked Drew Masters versus Guy Cool. Chris Cadillac came out and put himself in this match, so I got involved. After I pummeled Chris Cadillac, they took me out of the ring. Guy Cool picked up a win over
Pin the
the
champion.
reigning champion. Now, this was non-title match, according to the champ. What happened after that was we had an angry Mikey O'Shea and Joey Barone confront us for their match ending in DQ. We granted them a triple threat match.
Guy Cool just happened to be in the room when we did that.
So,
after
let's
he
be
made a
real.
plea to us.
Let's be real. I'll be honest right now. My bad. Our bad. Does Guy Cool have a win over Chris Cadillac? Yes.
Yeah,
Does
yes.
Guy Cool have a loss from Chris Cadillac? Yes. He's got a lot of points that he's talking here. I get where you're coming from. I guess keep your petition going there. I'm never going to say never. Maybe he gets himself involved in this. But right now we're going forward with a triple threat match. Guy, I'm on your side. We can talk. I know that you were this close in the UV division as well. These are all things that I'm willing to grant. It's just a matter of time. Everyone's going to get their chance if they deserve it. Guy Cool, you're deserving. But we'll see.
Slice Boogie. Hey, my brother from New York, Slice Boogie. I've been trying to, I've seen him at a couple of Guy Cool's parties.
And that was Hellbound. I was right. on that.
Hellbound, yes.
So
Hellbound.
that's Saturday.
October 19th.
So UEW Hellbound, go check
In-
that out,
in Long
guys.
Beach.
I might have to check that one out.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm always down to watch UEW. I mean, we haven't been to a UEW match in
I have
a
not.
while.
Well. Well, while we're talking of upcoming shows, now would be a good time to bring out our guest.
Yes.
He's got a show coming up, which I'm looking forward to.
At American Legion Post 716 in beautiful Los Alamitos, California, Saturday, October the 26th. It has been, it is a critically acclaimed, very
This is the third annual,
this is
correct?
the third annual purging of.
Right up my alley.
Pro wrestling.
That's my style.
I know you like watching people die, Joey. We get it. You're a sick person.
Oh, well, UV.
So it's the Halloween Purging, the third annual, hosted by OCCW. Flyers right there. And here to talk about it is none other than our good friend, Jonathan Malice.
You got his name
Welcome to
right.
the studio. He got my name right last night.
How you doing, Mr. Saint?
How you doing, man?
Mr. Wallace, good to see you. It's good to be Mr. Wallace. Mr. Wallace doesn't like anybody. I get it. Hello, everybody out there in podcast land. Your most hated promoter in SoCal, Jonathan Malice, coming at you. Wanting to invite each and every one of you, both Matts and Marks, right?
Oh,
Marks
okay.
and Maids, whatever. Methuselah, Matthew, Madeline. Come on out to the third annual Halloween Purging. Purging, not Persian. Purging.
Halloween Persian? I like me some Persians now. Hold on.
That'll be October 26th. That's a Saturday night. Doors open at 5:30. Bell times at 6 p.m. You will see the 5-man Dance of Doom.
Ooh.
Right? 2 teams of 5 in a Survivor-style elimination match for not only control of OCCW, but for the OCCW heavyweight title. On one hand, you have Vintage Dragon and his group of thugs from Lucha Pro taking on the OCCW's version of the Avengers with Gusten Uberstud, Mikey O'Shea, Thunder and Lightning, and our newest addition, Joey Barone, looking to even up the score and take our title once and for all back
Finally.
from
All right.
Vintage Dragon and Lucha Pro.
So you brought up the OCCW's version of the Avengers.
Yes.
Which one is which? Which?
Well, your least favorite would be Iron Man, so that's saying something of who you.
Right.
Who's gonna be big as
well,
Iron Man?
that's a great question. Okay, if I could characterize our side, I would say Mikey O'Shea is the Hulk, right? The Incredible Bulk or
Accurate.
the Incredible Hulk, right? And just big, strong, and cannot be stopped. I would say, frankly, Azrael would have to be Iron Man, right? Wouldn't you say? I say Azrael would be the Iron Man.
He's got some brains up there.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's, always nice to have this
Charisma.
sweet
Let's say
Yeah.
that. Let's say charisma.
response.
He's got a heart, right?
Yes. Gusten Uberstud would be the Vision.
Because he's German.
Well, just because
Just-
I don't see him rocking anything else but yeah. I'd have to say Gusten Uberstud would be the Vision. Whereas Joey Barone,
I mean, he's got the gear. I guess.
yeah, I know. I think he'd be the Winter Soldier.
All right.
Right? Or Bucky. Maybe Bucky. Yeah, Bucky.
You forgot. You forgot. B.A. Marcus Frey.
B.A. Marcus Frey would be. Are you serious? Fury.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God! Come on, you're not paying attention. No, I say B.A. Marcus Frey would be. B.A. Marcus Frey would have to be.
War Machine. All right, cool.
No, not.
Well, that's X-Men, but
No, I would say.
It's Marvel.
The green guy.
what's the green
The
guy?
Vision.
No, from
The Hulk.
No.
No.
Yeah, I mean he's green too.
The Max.
Guardians.
The green guy from Guardians.
Drax?
Oh, Drax.
No, I would say. I would
He's too smart to
say.
be Drax.
I would say B.A. Marcus Frey would have to be. Gee, that's a great question. I want to say Nick Fury, but not because he's black, but because he's just got a nasty
The attitude.
disposition the same way. Yeah.
He says motherfucker a lot.
Yeah, that's true too. Yes, and so do I, but only when I'm driving. And what's that? Beast, maybe, but those are X-Men. Those are not Avengers.
Still Marvel.
No.
They're not, so
One of these universes, they're an Avenger.
I'm not Professor X. Not Professor X. Jesus, see, you're racist against bald people, Robert. Anyway,
Bald people really are racist.
Yes.
Look around. I mean, there's more of us than there are of you. You girls, there's more bald, old, middle-aged dudes. Trust me. All right. Also featured will be the first official OCCW Legion title. You'll see the debut of the Legion title will be decided in a match between Freddie Havoc and I said this the other night, the Dusty Rhodes of OCCW.
The Dusty Rhodes of
OCCW, in that he's a hardworking guy who has a huge following of just people because he's a real cat. He's going to be coming up against Luis Tapia, another hardworking Luis Tap-Out Tapia, a guy who has experienced a bit of a renaissance to his career as of late. For a while he was injured and he was on the sidelines and he was coming back as a referee. And, we were in a pinch one night. We needed a wrestler. And, we go, hey, you can still referee, but we need you to wrestle this cat. And, he stepped up and he's been like a runaway locomotive ever since. So you're going to get to see them vie for the Legion title. And the reason why I thought those two would be so good to vie for that first title is that they're always putting in work. They're always going out, hustling tickets, getting people to come to the show, showing up for training, helping people train. I think that they kind of represent what the American Legion Post is all about. The American Legion, in that it's about veterans, but it's also about helping, reaching out to other people and helping, and that's these two guys personify what that means.
Freddie Havoc does do a lot for his community. He does those 5K walks, for charities and stuff.
Team Chivers, he's a real good dude. I mean, I'm pulling for him to win, the American Legion Championship. Well, they're both great people. I mean, you can't
I mean, Luis Tapia is cool too, but I mean, he's
Luis,
no
he's no Dusty Rhodes. I know you're begging to get in the UV division too.
Yes. That'd be perfect. He'd be good for that. Yeah, he'd be good for that. Another match, we'll see the inimitable Bulletproof as he takes on the always dangerous and OCC's version, since we're giving everybody new identities here, we're OCC's version of the Honey Badger in Freddie Hellmuth, right? Because he don't give a fuck, right? Secondly, he has no natural known predators, and I know you guys have your issues with him. And here's something that I don't understand. Freddie Hellmuth has, he's always been a little dark and a little bit, borderline obnoxious in the past. But all the time he's been here at OCCW, he has been 100% behind our cause, into pushing what we do, pushing our agenda, and really standing up and waving the OCCW banner. I don't know why he seems to be a different person.
I think it's because you're smart enough to not let him hang out with his friends.
I think it's because you don't book his friends.
Now
that might have something to do with
now that Azrael finally turned on him, went back where he belonged with BA, I think maybe it'll sink into Helmuth's mind there.
Well, see, now that's something that's going to be interesting to have to deal with in my locker room. Because now before they, Azrael had no problem glad-handing and playing the politician where he's like, hey, buddy. But now that he's already drawn sides, Freddie Hellmuth won't mince words. He'll come at him with that kendo stick, the Singapore cane, and everything but the kitchen sink. He'll bring Aunt Susie's size 10s at him.
Yeah.
Aunt Susie size 10s.
Shoes.
He always Johnny Malice always bring the wise old timey stuff.
Old timey stuff.
Damn.
Old timey stuff.
I talk to my grandpa a lot, but he doesn't use all these terms.
I bet I bet your grandpa and I are gonna get along real well.
Probably will. I mean,
those size 10s are now in his mouth.
I mean, you guys,
old timey stuff.
You guys have similarities.
Yeah, probably in that we both really enjoyed. Did you see Power today? NWA Power. I haven't seen it yet. Don't tell me.
Okay.
But I just think that what is really interesting. I was talking with a friend of mine the other day how wrestling is growing. Right, you have NWA Power with 400,000 views. I'm not sure exactly what it was. You have AEW, which is pulling in huge numbers of viewership. MLW has a contract. All these other, even New Japan has grown because it's here regularly in the U.S. Yep. Now you're hearing stuff about the wrestling tours of Europe, and there's a European influence. It's growing by leaps and bounds, like in ways that it had never grown before.
Exactly,
It's just catching on like a fad, but it's coming to new platforms and to a new audience, and everybody's growing except the biggest bully on the block of them all. You know, WWE does not seem to be going. Yes, they have a new TV deal, you know, but their viewership is shrinking.
Their viewership's down. They're getting pushed around by Fox, which is why they're making so many stupid decisions.
Right.
It's
Has anybody gotten any word on anything more about Eric Bischoff getting fired? Why he got
so
fired?
that's what we talked about. The rumor is that he's fired because SmackDown lost 1 million views in 1 week.
Wow.
And Vince blamed that.
But
honestly,
how
I
many
don't think
views does
Bischoff
Raw
had
lose in a
enough
week?
pull yet, though, to be blamed.
Yeah. Wow. 1 million viewers in 1 week. Isn't that the week that they changed?
It was from-
Basically, yeah. They were new to Fox, and
So so they're going from their debut episode to this one.
But it's
I mean,
also-
of course, it's gonna drop.
it's also the
but-
price you pay for advertising your first episodes having The Rock on it. And everybody who's not a wrestling fan or an old wrestling fan who wants to see The Rock,
Only opened the show.
Yeah.
I mean, what did they want out of that? He's not going to risk having a match when he's got
exactly,
all these movie
you
deals.
know. And then and
those
they
great
also
movies,
advertise, and then they also advertised Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold, and Undertaker.
Right, and I
to be on
heard
that show,
Taker is
and
pissed.
none of them
because
showed up.
they
Yeah.
didn't let Taker on.
They told-
said they didn't need him.
They
After
told him they
he
didn't
showed
need
up,
him.
they didn't
Oh,
need
man.
Taker.
Wow. it
Stone
seems-
Cold was just backstage, and Hogan didn't show up.
No.
So it sounds like the good ship Titan is looking for a nice big iceberg to run itself into again. And you know, this time they won't have the younger Vince McMahon to just pull everyone's fat out of the fire and say, hey, look, this is what we have to do. You know, you have people who really don't stand to lose much if it fails, other than their job. That was his life's work. And when WCW rose up and challenged them in the ratings, he was going to lose everything. And maybe he saw himself as becoming a billionaire, but it was him, his son, and his daughter to a lesser extent, and they beat the tar out of that the upstart WCW. So my point is, if you're getting bludgeoned to death and you just don't have the horses, or you don't, you may see him sell some of his stock and just kind of opt out.
Well, which is kind of what I thought, that he would be focusing on his football league that I have no interest in. But
They just had the draft yesterday.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
No interest.
Nah, man, I didn't put in
I
a
can
bid.
still throw the pill pretty
Yeah,
good.
I was like, if I get back into football, I might try for the XFL.
How much you want to bet I can throw?
Hey, Eli Pleasant, let's do this.
How much you wanna
XFL
bet I can
bound.
throw football over
Let's
them
do
mountains?
it. I believe it. I believe it.
Whatever
Coach
happened
put
to
me in
he
fourth
hate me from the first
He's probably-
XFL.
He's probably in prison
No, he
selling
played
drugs
in the
now.
NFL, actually.
Did he?
Hate me. I forgot what his name was.
Yeah,
Hey, Robert, who was He Hate Me? The guy who played in XFL. Do you remember? That's usually right up your alley. I think he was
That's
Samoan.
legit the only name I remember from.
No, he was black, but no, like he had like a 2-year contract in the NFL. And then,
Yeah. I mean, he was.
That was it.
It wasn't Ronnie Lott or anything like that. But
Ronnie Lott.
oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Nick Bockwinkel, Ronnie Lott.
It's like, no, I like Ronnie Lott.
Yeah. But tell us, when is your next? So here I am switching it up.
Taking
I'm
over.
the guest. Do you guys have any shows planned coming up?
So we don't have anything to announce of the show quite yet. We do have revealed that the main event of this next show will be the Triple Threat featuring Joey Barone, Mikey O'Shea, and Chris Cadillac.
Oh, wow.
That's got something to prove there too, based on Cadillac screwing them over in the last number 1 contenders match.
Yes.
But aside from that, Joey Barone and Cadillac have some history. Cadillac has never pinned Barone in their careers.
Oh, really? They
On-
wrestled each other a few times, huh?
On top of that, Mikey O'Shea is undefeated in GCF right now.
Yes.
So something's going to give, and it better be Cadillac losing that belt. That's all I'm saying.
Well, you know what? If you want to see that, I mean, Mikey O'Shea is probably anyone's best bet.
Absolutely.
In this town, Mikey O'Shea's been on a tear a little bit as of late. He's been putting the boots to quite a few people. He's kind of developed a little bit of a mean streak. People say it happens when you get older, and so there you go. I wouldn't know. I'm nice and sweet and all that. But I digress. This October 26th at American Legion Post 716, please join GCF Stalwarts for the OCCW's 3rd annual Halloween Purging. You will see the women's 3-way, triple threat match?
It's like
3-way dance.
I was like, you had me at women's 3-way.
You know what? It always turns to that, and it shows disrespect for our sisters and our fellow woman wrestlers.
Yeah, you're right. I hang out with TJ Swaff too much.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yes, the last woman's
Triple threat.
Triple threat. Thank you.
Yes.
Triple threat. See, now you got me thinking that. I'm gonna get my phone out when I get home. Triple threat match ended in a three-way disqualification. A triple disqualification. You heard of double DQs? You never heard of a triple disqualification. So this time at the purging, there will be no rules, nowhere to hide. The purgers will keep the matches in the ring, and they will take the defeated away from the ring, the vanquished, if you will.
If you haven't seen this, guys, it's something very cool to see. The losers get taken.
Purged, yes. So tickets are $15 pre-sale, $20 at the door, and I was supposed to get with you all about the Purple Pass thing, but I haven't done it because you remember Ronnie Lott, Nick Bockwinkel, I live in the 80s. What am I going to do? I want to wish you guys continued success on your new time in the podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We didn't really touch on it last night that you were going to be doing that, so I would have liked to.
Yeah, it totally slipped my mind to kind of bring it up.
But
during the show.
Rest assured that OCCW and GCF will continue its united front.
Absolutely.
And we look forward to what's coming in the years ahead.
Taking
Thank you very
down
much,
every-
Mr. Wallace.
Thank you, man.
I love you guys. Take care, and your lovely girl Sheridan.
Whoever that is. Who is that?
With the bag of
We call her secretary. It's okay.
You have a secretary?
All right, guys. Before closing up here, we're going to get to some questions that have actually been asked for us about a week that we didn't answer. So let's do that. And I might say, too, now that we're here on Wednesdays, guys, always remember, comment in here. We've had some great comments tonight. Ask us questions as we go. Ask us questions on Facebook, on our Instagram, on our respective Twitters. Find us, GCF Saint on most things. Find me there, at Gold Coast Federation.
On Instagram.
But here we go. Questions. First one. Any thoughts on a tag division? I think we've answered this quite a few times, but I get it because we haven't done it yet. Tag titles are absolutely on the way. We were waiting for the tag division to kind of rise, and I feel like we've finally gotten to a point. You know, GCF's early matches were very heavy hitters were our main team, and we haven't forgotten them because they did great. But as we built our shows, we built our tag division, and tag titles will be crowned very soon. I'm not sure if we go a tournament route or a multi-man match route. Let us know what you think about that.
Yeah.
But absolutely, we got tag team gold on the way. We've got at least 4 names come to mind, too, of
Yes.
impressive in the heavy hitters. Obviously, 2 members of DI, I'm sure, will try and get involved. Camacho and Drew Masters. We've had the Bomb Squad. So, yeah, definitely going to look forward to our tag division as we go. Going to crown some champs very soon.
Oh, yeah.
It was Kool-Aid Kid that took out Cadillac, by the way.
Oh.
Mean punch on Kool-Aid Kid. Props. Let's see here. Some of these. I will always try and answer these, but I'm like, What's been your biggest pet peeve in the business so far? So I won't equate this to the big time. I'm going to equate this to us.
The ring rats. Is that still a term?
Yeah, but we don't say it in front of... All right.
Oh.
Biggest pet peeve, there's a couple I can go with, and it's on me for saying this and just being a stickler. I hate hearing the same name, like, over and over of wrestlers. Like, I don't want to bury anyone, but I'm just saying, so if I'm Joseph Saint and I hear, like, 8 guys on the card come out with Saint as the last name, I'm not going to book all of them. If you know that your name is catching on, I would at least come up with something else. I'm not telling you to drop your gimmick.
Shorten it, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just saying, if a guy goes from WWE to TNA, usually they switch names. I think you should always have other names on the back burner. So that's been my biggest thing of seeing multiple men all with the same like last name or same, like that. I'm like,
But if Jake Hager came to AEW as Jack Swagger still, I would love it.
you'd have to pay a
sidebar.
hefty fee for that.
Tony Khan got the money.
Pet peeves in the biz. So that's one of mine. What's one of yours?
Pet peeves in the business. There's so many, but we'll keep it. No, actually, no. People who don't know the business, right?
Gotcha.
And try to speak on the business as if they know what they're talking about.
So a mark.
Yes.
Hence the name.
Not to get confused with the title of the show, but yes, marks who constantly comment or talk shit on wrestlers or talk shit on promoters, or even some promoters who want to talk shit on other promotions and other wrestlers
Gotcha.
when they don't know.
So biggest pet peeve, kind of just the drama that goes on in between promotions.
Yes.
And we get it. We've been there. We are there.
Yeah.
However, we've managed to actually be cool with at least 3 promotions at once, which is really hard these days because
I would say like at least 4.
4, almost 5.
Shot
yeah.
my man Sean Black,
Amped up.
Jinx.
But yeah, so that was. Other than that, if I want to get real, a pet peeve: complacency.
Oof.
I don't like seeing guys that are just here to collect a paycheck.
Oof.
If you take that as an insult, I guess you're the problem. If you're showing up and thinking, oh, I've got 3 other bookings, so I don't have to give my all at this show, word gets around real fast. If you're here just for the money, you're absolutely in the wrong business. Give it your all. If you think you're better than everyone, prove that you're better than everyone. Go out there and give us no reason but to have to match your demands. But don't get complacent. Don't show up and just half-ass it.
Speaking of complacency, wrestlers who are literally doing nothing with their careers and decide to shit on up-and-coming companies from, their humble beginnings. Yes, we are not the most elaborate thing on the block, but we let the wrestling speak for itself. We let the guys in the ring do their thing under our banner. We don't have, the production layout of championship wrestling from Hollywood or even Santino's, but we have 2 of the best goddamn cameramen in SoCal independent wrestling. Shout out to Hollywood and my man Spencer.
Right now,
Okay.
we are one of the only ones I've seen have a 4K camera
4K.
shooting this. Just saying.
That's 4Ks.
Not to brag.
KKKK. 4Ks. Okay?
Make sure you got that
4. I said it 4 times. I made sure. All right? 4Ks.
Yeah.
Okay?
Just, on his point, it's commonly said, the same people you step on your way up the ladder, you meet again when you fall back down.
Yes.
So just remember that. Is kind of what he's saying. Looks like we got maybe 2 more questions here before calling it for a week. Guys. Pick 1 star on the GCF roster you think has the potential to one day work for a top promotion, parentheses, WWE, AEW, ROH. Well, first of all...
ROH is top promotion?
I was going to say, first of all, you just said, so pick a guy that you think is going to make it to a top promotion, which shits all over us. But aside from that, in your parentheses, WWE, AEW, ROH.
Because
So are
fuck
those
TNA, right?
So are those the top 3? I don't know if ROH is the top 3. I don't even know if ROH is the top 5.
It's like, fuck TNA, right? Fuck AAA,
So,
New Japan.
TNA is the little promotion that won't die, so TNA should be taken seriously. New Japan should definitely be taken seriously. AAA in Mexico is making a name. MLW, before AEW started, was arguably the 3rd best promotion. But I
And
digress.
MLW made MJF before Cody
Yes,
Rhodes
they did. But
Gosh dang
okay.
it.
Okay.
Shit, CZW might be on top of ROH. Now we
So yes,
thinking,
for a top promotion, pick 1 wrestler that you believe will work for a top promotion. I'm not gonna. Anyone can make it if they try their hardest. So from a pure gimmick standpoint, guys that I could see making it in one of the big leagues, Gusten Uberstad
Yes.
and Guy Cool. From a strict gimmick.
I mean, Gusten Uberstad has had his foot in the door already.
But I'm not here to say that someone won't make it. I love the roster that we have.
This is true.
Mikey O'Shea should have broken in a decade ago. Mikey O'Shea still can break in.
Hey,
I mean,
never
great
say never.
question, but I love all the talent I've booked so far. I truly believe any one of these men can make it to a top
I mean,
promotion.
if I had to give an answer, though, I'd probably say Hyde.
You know, 205 Live, if it doesn't go under, I think Matt Vandegrift can work for them right now.
I mean, shout out to my guy Chris Bay, who
Chris Bay just made it on 205 Live
205
last week.
Live, yeah.
Now, is that making it to the top promotion? You know, you got to
Getting seen, yeah.
kind of reword these questions.
Yeah.
But,
My friend got signed.
yeah.
She just got signed to MLW.
Oh, yeah.
Who's that?
Zeta.
Zeta just got signed to
Oh.
MLW.
Today.
Very cool.
Sick. Yeah, I got to watch more of MLW.
MLW is really impressive.
That's on YouTube, too, right?
Yeah, and that was on,
I don't
I
think
forget
I
what
have
channel that was on.
I don't think
saw
I have
it
the
for a
channel
while.
that it's streamed on. But
Yeah.
Well, you should guys get put on one of those. What is that? Fight TV.
Fight TV app. No.
They do a lot of wrestling shows. Right?
Yeah.
And
should.
regionals.
Yeah.
You should call them up or email the president and have his email.
Well, goddamn.
Let us know. Yeah. GCF on
to
Fight
produce-
TV.
Shout out to producer Robert, man.
This is why Robert needs a microphone back there. He's saying he should we should ask about Fight TV, reach out to them and see. I think GCF would love to cross promote with the big leagues.
GCF Wednesday nights at 8 on Fight. What? Let's do it.
Let's look over the comments one more time before I ask this final question here. Toxic Trent has Radioactive Ryan ready to go if
That's
we wanted
almost
him.
as bad as Geo Amazing. Don't do it.
Now, I believe, but did you hear their names? I believe you guys wrestle as the Toxic Avengers, which is the sickest name ever.
That's cool.
I would like to book you guys.
That's better than Geo
So
Amazing.
more names for the tag division, absolutely.
Danielle asked if I will actually show up to her show. I will be there, Danielle. See, you know, I know I've left you hanging in the
That's
past.
this
Danielle,
Saturday,
but
correct?
Girl, I will be there.
That's this Saturday?
Yes, that's this Saturday. This Saturday, I'll even be there at call time.
We may have to bring a crew. GCF might come. I definitely wanted to check it out for a while.
You know?
All right, guys. Last question. Looks like it's suited to me, and it's GCF related, and I like this. What's left of DI? Question mark. / how far will Saints Grudge go?
Well, to the end of
What's
time.
left of DI? That's not really for us to answer. I kind of asked the same question earlier on this podcast when I said that Cadillac wasn't out there for them. Little Rossi wasn't out there for them. So by the end of that match, 3 members are what's left of DI. You have Hellmuth, you have Flores, and you have Little Count Monstrosula. 3 members. And how far will my grudge go? You know, if they came up to us at the next show and apologized for their actions, I'd drop my grudge against them. Really? Now, how far will my grudge against Chris Cadillac go?
Oh.
When he drops that belt and then begs for forgiveness, I'll let the grudge go. But not until I see that man get pinned and lose that title.
You're a very forgiving person.
You know, as long as they gravel a little bit, I'm okay.
Man.
That's my answer. What did you have? I mean, they didn't say how far will RJ's grudge go.
I mean, fuck them all to the end of time, to be honest.
To be fair,
I mean,
I was cool with them until they jumped us off.
I mean, you know, you've seen they've always just kept trying to attack you. They won't step to me.
I mean, they beat you down at the same time they beat me.
But that was
down.
because I had a bad strategy to try to get into the ring. They haven't tried to do it since. You know, that little stick of a person, Rossi Montgomery.
I mean, didn't they hold us up and essentially try and swing at our faces if Chivers hadn't made the save outside and
that happened too, but that was also like circumstance. Like we wasn't
okay.
ready for that. You know, like that's our fault for being out at night in Stanton.
Look, I'm a caring commissioner. I do the job I've been hired for. If you apologize, I'll drop the grudge. That doesn't go for Cadillac. We're not done, and I'm not done with you. Now, next week, because I was supposed to bring it tonight, unfortunately, new time, kind of slipped my mind. I'm going to get you that footage of when you see Chris Cadillac get this hand. Yeah, said it.
Oh.
What else we're going to give? Maybe we'll bring another match or 2 in. It's a wrestling show. Let's start showing you matches as we go.
Yes.
But once again, guys, thank you for joining us. New time, same hosts. Glad that you watched. Anything final you got to say, RJ?
I mean, just stay tuned. Thank you guys for your support. You know, keep the questions coming every week. We'll try to get guests on here periodically. You know, it's dope that you guys are still sticking around for a whole year and some change. You know, we're just gonna keep bringing great content, great wrestling, and keep doing things. He's gonna still be punching our champions in the face.
I mean, only if they deserve it.
Yeah, we're just gonna keep rolling. I'm gonna find out who the secretary is. He has. I didn't know he had a
I
secretary.
mean, if you haven't met any of the investors, you're not
She-
going to meet my secretary.
Is she on the
I'm just
payroll?
saying.
She better not be on payroll.
I just charge everything to the investors. That might be part of the problem, too.
Okay, that's
But what he said, 1 year in, onwards and upwards. Thank you for joining us, guys. We'll see you next week. And remember, leave it on the mat, or you're just another mark. See you next time.